And we are live! Hello, puppies, and welcome back to another episode of the Isle of series. I am back this week. My mountain adventuring is done, and I'm ready to get back into interviewing some more of our lovely guests from the community. So, tonight's episode is all about family, which correlates very well because, as you all know, we are a very family-oriented channel. And I am honored to introduce to talk with us tonight the entire family from Hero and the Kid. Hello! Welcome. How is everyone doing?
Thanks for having us. We're doing good.
Thank you.
So, little bit of nervousness for tonight, or are you all ready?
Actually, for the first time, I think I'm pretty good. It's never happened before.
Well, thank you. Speaking of channels and no more nervousness around them, so you guys are fairly new to the comic book community.
Right.
What made you guys want to start a channel? Because you guys just kind of popped up and then it was like the neon lights.
Yeah.
Everyone knows your name. So what had you guys start your own channel?
Take it away, buddy.
Well, so back in August, I wanted to start collecting comic books, and then like a couple months after that, I wanted to start doing videos, and then I went to my dad and I asked him, and then he was like, go ask your mom because we need all the new stuff. So I asked her, and then she was like full on board with it, and then we just started practicing a lot until we got good videos.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah.
We spent a good month and a half practicing, just trying to get used to, just speaking in front of a camera. I couldn't get over how hard it was just carrying a conversation for 5 or 10 minutes in front of a camera and nobody talking back to us.
My problem is eye placement. You guys will probably see my eyes zipping around about 30% of the time. Because I'm looking up at where my actual camera is. I look down at you guys because I want to pay attention to where you guys, and then I occasionally look at myself to see if my eyes are actually center.
Right.
So I never know where to look.
That was our big problem at the beginning. We had the monitor off to the side. Now we have it in front of us. Just a lot of little things. Yeah. Took a little to get used to.
And it was comic collecting that had you guys want to start your own channel. Did you guys find the community first, or did you find it after you guys had decided that you wanted to start collecting?
It was after, right?
I think so. Yeah. He came to me about comics, and then later, I think he found Comic Tom.
Or it was Robbie first.
Or was it Robbie first and then Comic Tom?
Yeah.
And then I found Bueller, and then it just kind of went down, from there,
I didn't.
Go ahead, buddy.
I didn't start making videos like right when they started. I started because when I saw them start making videos, I wanted to try it out.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dad, can I make my own channel? And he was like, I guess. But you can put it on here on the Kid. So yeah.
Which has been a lot of fun, right? You guys have done a whole bunch of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
What inspired your guys' logo? Because it's Thor's hammer with your guys' logo in the middle.
Yeah, it took us a little while to figure out what we were going to do. A lot of it with Mjolnir, our gym has a little symbol of that on their logo. So we kind of took from that, and then he's really big on Donny Cates right now, so we kind of threw that in there with it. So
and who doesn't love Thor?
The whole writing with the Hero and the Kid on Mjolnir was from the first issue of Thor when Iron Man did it.
And we got the. How did we come up with the name?
Hero and the Kid. He wanted to be the hero, and I was going to be the kid, and then he got all mad at the beginning because who was it? Perry got on there, and I get it. The father's the hero, and the kid is the kid. And
I was like, that's a good way to boost your self confidence. I mean, naming yourself Hero. I mean, So now with the couple of different channels that you guys do, obviously you guys each have your own visions for your channels and what you're doing on your main Hero and the Kid channel, which kind of prompts the question of, what each of your guys' hobbies comprise of. Because, there's weightlifting, there's acting, then there's the channel. So I wanted to ask you, all of you guys, what are each of some of your hobbies and practicing, like different talents that you guys like to do in your free time? Because I bet every single one of you has a different answer.
Start and then we'll go
All
around.
right. So for my activities, I do jujitsu, powerlifting, now comics. What else? I do some running, but yeah, I'm pretty active. I don't like sitting still a whole heck of a lot, but go ahead, Ben.
I do acting and comedy, and I also do drums and guitar, and I used to do wrestling. So yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
you could be very well making your own TV show. That would be your own theme music and everything in the background.
And Will?
So a while ago I used to do golf, and now I do powerlifting, jiu-jitsu, and then I do high school wrestling and guitar.
Dang.
I read a lot, and I am sort of kind of a runner, not a good one and not an enjoying one, but I do it despite that.
What do you like
Very
to
slow. What's that?
What do you like to read?
I like to read fiction stuff. I really like Kate Morton or Liane Moriarty. They're very good. Mm-hmm.
Any Nora Roberts mixed in there?
I have read plenty of Nora Roberts. Yes. Yes.
I one of my favorite books is by her. Actually, it's Black Hills. I think that was like one of the very few novels that I read like within 2 days, just like
Oh yeah.
front to back cover.
I have everything she's ever written.
Yeah, we have like 3 bookcases full. Of,
I know she has a lot of trilogies, and sometimes I'll be like, oh, this is the second book. I didn't even read the first one.
exactly.
Yep.
Will hated us for a while because we had him read Moby Dick and Three Musketeers, and
Well, Moby Dick wasn't bad, but
Yeah,
the other
but-
ones were boring.
Well, Three Musketeers is like, what? I can't read all this French.
Hey, I actually enjoyed the original classic of White Fang. I mean, I actually enjoyed that one.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, not all of them are bad. You just kind of have to pick which one you like, which one suits your tastes.
Right.
Yeah.
So I did actually want to ask the question of, since this is Isle of Family, what is your guys' definition of family? Because for everyone, it's a little bit different. And I wanted to ask and see like what your guys' like definition of just like who you see as family, what you guys do together, like what qualifies as like family time, like that kind of a thing, and how it is for you guys.
you could start it off.
Okay, so I mean, to me, family is everything, and I work a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3 jobs, so they can do whatever. I work. I live for these guys right here, and so it's true.
Yeah.
And
She's a speech therapist, and
Yeah.
she's super high demand.
yeah,
And,
so I work full time, and then I also have 2 per diem jobs, which I'm not
Yeah.
allowed to go to currently with this
Right.
whole situation. But I have a very nice work family, and so they needed us. So I am a speech therapist, but I am working in housekeeping. I'm working as an aide. I'm just doing whatever's needed right now. I'm working tomorrow, so it's my work family needs me, so I'm going to be there.
Ever since this quarantine, you've been
Because a
doing-
lot of our staff has been quarantined, so they're short staffed, and someone has to help the residents. So we're all pitching in.
And I've been-
Social workers, therapists, nurses, aides. I've been reflecting about a lot about this, and I kind of like choked myself up the other night thinking about it, because me personally, I have always been fortunate in my family. I have a very strong, loving, supportive family of parents and a brother. And I know Sean doesn't have that same thing, and I had like I said, I was sheltered. I had a great relationship with my grandparents and my mom's whole family. Some of my favorite memories are being with them. And I knew from a young age, like Ben's age, like I just kind of knew how lucky I was. I guess I've always been kind of a weirdo in that way. And so like Sean and I have continued to make our family, that's the most important thing. And we do it, as much as we can together. And, whatever they want to do, I'm okay with, as long as it's safe.
Right.
my childhood was the complete opposite, and so what I went through, I try to do the complete opposite for my kids. That's why I try to give them all the opportunities. So
That's exactly me, Sean. Yeah, I grew up in foster care, so I feel you.
Yeah.
I don't put money in clothes for myself. I put it into the kids, all the hobbies and stuff I put into the kids, whatever they want to go after, I try to give it to them. There's times where it's tough for us, but we try to make everything that we can happen.
I know I have holes in my sneakers, and I still have Christmas money because I'm like, I have to buy new sneakers, but I'm not buying it now. I'm waiting for this virus to go away.
Well, yeah, this kind of everything.
So, we're a tight family. We,
Yeah.
We really support each other.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I would say that we are very much the same way, which is really cool. So, do you also consider like friends as family? Like, do they kind of fall under the same category? Is it you four as a unit more of?
I think,
I think both.
It
Yeah.
depends.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
depends
Well, there's,
on what
there's,
friend.
select few.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
Yeah.
depends on what friends.
Right. It depends on what.
Like, which ones are deemed worthy enough?
But there's so many people that we're meeting on here that in all honesty, I cannot wait until we get to meet them in person.
Yeah.
There's just so many cool people.
Yeah.
Will's super excited because we live pretty close to Comic Head 84, and
Yeah.
so we're gonna try to make that happen pretty soon. He's only like just over an hour from us, so we're gonna really try to make that happen soon.
Kenny's
The
a really
crossovers.
nice person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's
then
really
I know people like Cavi and stuff go to the Boston Comic Con, and we're hoping to meet him at some point because we went to it last year, but we weren't into comics as much last year. And now, we know everybody.
Exactly. You guys can join the merge, the group. All right, I'm gonna take a second and I'm gonna let the other member do his facts because I stole them last week, so I'm letting him back into his job here.
All right.
Move the sacred chair. Okay, there we go.
All right. So, welcome to Burning Blocks Fire Facts once again because somebody stole them. But anyway, fact number 1, Hero and the Kid is a new channel in our wonderful community, and you should go check out their channel. Wink, wink, link in the description. All right. Number 2, family does not have to be blood. It can actually be someone you care about. And number 3, taking a breath. All right. The reason that people actually feel the feeling of being watched is actually because humans as mammals are very social creatures. So when we're alone, our brain releases chemicals that actually gives us an unsettled feeling, which is the feeling of being watched. Hello, cat. All right. So I'm going to go sit in my corner again.
Thank you. And my spot has been stolen, so I will just gonna. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Sorry, that's our cat.
That was the cat.
Do you guys have pets? Hopefully you have pets.
We have a golden retriever.
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Lots of energy. Lots and lots of energy.
Yeah.
She's old. She's over 12. She breathes heavy, doing nothing. And he's like, "Why is your dog breathing so hard?" I'm like, "Because she's an old lady."
Aw.
We have a 15-year-old cat that has no teeth. So when she meows, her tongue sticks out.
She's all
so we
like-
understand. Yes. All right. So we are at the halfway point.
Okay.
And I would like to turn it over to you guys because I know we touched very slightly about your guys' hobbies,
Mhm.
but there's a lot of stories that go behind a lot of what you guys do, a lot of your interests, and you guys as a family as a whole. So I want to turn it over to you guys. Whatever stories you have floating around in your head, go right for it.
Go ahead. You've been wanting to talk about this.
What?
Your big story about
What?
what got us all into this.
My
Yeah.
big story.
Yeah, by
My stro- oh,
yes.
okay. I guess the big story is that I had a stroke almost 8 years ago.
Yeah.
It'll be 8 years in October. And it was very weird, very fluky. They said it was a fluke, and I somehow tore my carotid artery, which sent a clot to my brain. And as quickly as that happened, it repaired itself. And thankfully, I don't want to say 100%, but we'll say 99%. I mean, physically 100%.
Yes.
My brain doesn't always work the way I want it to 100% of the time, but it's not terrible.
The first
Oh my
year,
goodness.
the first year was very stressful because they
Well,
thought the way,
more for you than me.
because the way her artery healed, it looked like it was going to be an aneurysm, so that
Yeah.
put more stress on it.
Right. And
for-
every time I left the neurologist, he'd say, "Don't wrestle with your sons. Don't let your kids pull on your neck."
Yeah.
And so even now, he's like, "Don't touch your mother's neck. Be careful of your mother."
It's a sacred place. No touch me.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know because I sword fight with you guys.
I
And wrestle
know.
with you guys.
We like to poke and prod each other
Yeah,
all
no,
the
we're
time.
constantly
Well,
wrestle with
I could
each
be
other.
sitting in a chair, and both of these guys do the jujitsu, and I'll be sitting in a chair, and Will come up and try to, put me to sleep.
How's that working out for you guys?
He can put people out.
Yeah.
And he puts it on pretty tight.
So is it with, because I know there's two. I know there's you can hit a nerve here, or is it more of the
Yeah, they go
coming
after
up
the
there?
artery. If you hit the artery just right, they do it at the gym every so often. We've got 4 black belts, and they'll show people, they'll put them out and they'll be snoring on the mat. They'll wake up and kind of be confused for a little bit, and everybody be laughing. And it's just, it was scary the first time that we saw it.
Wow.
That's not something I would volunteer for.
Oh, no.
No, I know. He's always like, "You should learn jujitsu." I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, no way."
We'll hit the neck and it'll be all over. Just I have a random coworker who was telling me the other day. He's like, because we were talking about tasers, and he looks up at me and he's like, "Getting tased is not fun." Don't ask me why I know this, but getting tased is not fun.
Well,
I
that's
was like,
because that lady threatened to tase everyone over toilet paper.
Yeah,
That was just not
Bring that
I know. I have no problem bringing that up. She was a wacko.
yeah. So a coronavirus story of the night. I work at a grocery store. I work in retail, and when this whole thing started going down, we had the toilet paper rush, and my store was like, "Okay, we're limiting these now."
Yeah.
So had a couple of people get upset, and one lady got really upset because we wouldn't let her get 3 things of toilet paper, which I don't even know how she got her hands on, to be honest. And she started a fight with me and the manager, and a customer behind her spoke up and was like, "Lady, you're obviously not going to walk out of here with 3 things of toilet paper. Pay for your stuff and go." And she just you could just hear the neck pop. She's like, "If you speak to me that way again, I have a taser in my purse. I'll tase you." So, poor new kid at work. He's only been there for 6 days, and
Oh my
he heard the story for the first time. And then he brought up, "Yeah, getting tased isn't fun. Don't ask me."
All right. So Jake has a question.
Okay.
The stroke lead to comics.
All right.
That's you.
A lot of it came from the doctors basically said to me it was like a PTSD, how I got into the depression, and I just got into a real bad funk. And when I started slowly coming out of it, when Will started getting the comic books for the first time, he was talking to me about it, and it really got me into it. Then we started talking back and forth, and then we discovered the channels. And once we saw, people like Bueller and stuff, seeing where he was originally in his first couple of videos, and showing me the light to, that there was hope to, get out of the slump that I was in. And it's not the best answer, but,
Well, because I think after the stroke, I was too out of it.
Right.
I had I could cry so easy, and I did cry so easy. And then after, I was just like, It was like it turned right off. I had nothing. It was like the great thing about it was I was very anxious before, and I was kind of like,
Yeah.
It was like a natural anti-anxiety medicine, but he had the brunt of it because he had to deal with all the realities of that I could not handle during that time. And I was the primary breadwinner then. So he was like, what are we going to do? We're going to lose our house. And I had zero thoughts of that. So he had a lot of stress that I just didn't or couldn't have anything to do
overall, the comic books got it. So we started talking more. The gym, jujitsu, a lot of it's, one-on-one kind of stuff. And a lot of times, like when I'm in the gym, it's just I'm solo and I'm not, talking to a lot of people. So with comics and this whole community, it's, all about talking.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been the greatest part.
It really is. Yeah. No, it's amazing because we've met people all over the world.
Yeah.
I mean,
even before we started doing the show,
Yes.
before we started incorporating comics
Yes.
into our videos, we know somebody from India. We know
Simon
someone
is
from
in
New Zealand.
Australia. We know
Yeah.
somebody from Poland,
Yeah.
England. It's incredible how it just pulls people
Everyone
of like mind
together.
together. Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny. We did a live stream a couple weeks ago, and we have two friends that went to the UConn Business School, and they both couldn't get their visa, and they're both in China. And one of our friends that we haven't spoke to in a long time popped on the live stream in the chat room, and we couldn't believe it. And Will was totally surprised, and it was right when the outbreak started happening in China when he came in. So about a month ago, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And are they home now?
No, they're in China for quite a while. Yeah. We have one that has his visa to come back, but with all this stuff going on, it could be quite a while.
Yeah.
So right after the stroke, is that when Will got into weightlifting and such? And Ben got
what
into
kind of brought
acting?
that around? Was it just
How about it, boys? Talk to us about what you guys have been up to.
So, when was your stroke? 2000.
You were doing golf at the time.
Yeah, I was still doing golf. I did golf until 2015, I think. And then 2016 was the year I started getting into powerlifting and jiu-jitsu and wrestling. So,
yeah, the stroke was right at the height of Will's peak performance with golf at the time, and he was on TV a couple of times, and
Wow.
yeah. And then I just got burnt out from going to the golf course every day, just
Yeah.
practicing until
basically
dark.
April to October,
Yeah.
at least 6 days a week, and it was just too much for,
Just
for a
go
little boy.
when school was over,
we
come
were
home when it was
traveling all
dark.
over the East Coast.
Yeah.
And it was a lot.
That
That
sounds
sounds like a
really
lot.
stressful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I got into acting at 2017, and then I just tried it out. My first play was I was in Cinderella.
as Prince Charming.
Yeah. And then in 2018, I discovered comedy
Yeah.
and all the comedians, and
Yeah.
I was and then I did this summer one about it. It was this, and I did it. It was a comedy classes at once a week every
Yeah.
Saturday.
Improv.
Improv
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
And now I'm in the drama studio,
Yeah.
which is shut down.
Well,
Oh,
Let's talk.
you're going to be doing online
Superheroes.
classes.
Superheroes.
Favorite
Let's start with you,
superheroes.
Chris. Who's your favorite superhero?
Thor.
Yes. Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, yeah.
Will, who's yours?
Seems like he has a different answer every time.
Well, it's either Venom or Kid Omega.
Who's Kid Omega? I don't even know who that is.
I was like Venom. Yes. Wait. What?
He's in that. X Force. He just got back into X Force after a while, so yeah, he's
And
cool.
why do you like him? Why him?
I don't know. I think he looks cool. He has like the shaved hair and then the slicked back hair, and then like he has like all the powers, so he can just do like everything.
Really? Can he like fly and beat people up and stuff?
Beat people.
Well, my favorite is Batman. He beats people up. So I mean,
He has like the telekinesis power and just can like create anything with his hands. So
Ben, who's your favorite?
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
What?
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
who doesn't love some Deadpool?
Hey, he is the comedian. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, it totally fits, Ben.
Sean, yours?
It's tough. Like right now, I'm really enjoying the new Daredevil run. I'm really enjoying Venom. Boy, I would say either one of those right now. We're relatively new to the comics, and everything I'm reading, I'm really enjoying.
Make a decision.
I know it's so hard.
It's tough.
It is
Yeah,
really
it's
hard.
tough.
I
Yeah.
have a couple different favorites. I don't have just one.
I know.
There's
It's hard
just-
to pick one.
Yeah, there's so many people that I really like right now, and I really enjoying the independent books at the moment. There's been so many good reads.
Do you like more of the recent ones, or are you guys more fans of like the retro ones, like the older ones?
Well, recently, we started with all the brand new stuff, but recently we're starting to get into like the older books and looking at the art of the older books. We just made a list today of like smaller stuff that we're going to try to go after, more obtainable stuff. So, yeah.
The stuff that doesn't cost $1,000 per book.
Correct.
Yeah. So, and would you say, so kind of going back to your channels, are you guys going to keep it more comic oriented, or do you guys think that you're going to pull some of your other stuff, like you guys do a demonstration on ninjutsu, or you brag
Ninjutsu?
Did I say that wrong? I was trying to say it right.
I'm sorry. No, that's no.
It's don't
Or
I don't
show off the fact that you guys can deadlift 230 pounds. Do you guys think it'll stay comic oriented, or do you guys think you'll try and do more with it?
We talked about that. I think at the time we really enjoyed the comic book part of it. Maybe down the road, we're both doing a powerlifting meet, and I think as we get closer, we might put some videos out just kind of leading up to it, just so later in the years that he can look back when I'm an old man and say,
Oh, geez.
see, Grandpa did that.
But also before they did their comic channel, Will, you did stuff with your powerlifting with the coach at the gym, and he was talking about that, and he did it all on his own.
Yeah, if you see like the very, very early videos, Will did a little series where I think he was maybe 12 at the time.
I was like 10 or 11.
Yeah, and
10 to 12.
he was doing like little coaching videos with his weightlifting coach. And
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun. Some people from the gym helped out with it as well.
Yeah.
So
Do you see you guys doing family stuff together? Like,
Challenges or
Yeah, I mean, Chris, do you think you get more involved in the film aspect of it?
I don't know. Probably not. I don't know.
you could be cameraman. Just
Never
follow
say
him.
never.
right.
But I said to him, look, I don't know what you're talking about half the time, but I watch every single one of your videos, and you make me laugh, and you're adorable. So
Aw.
she sits through a lot of the videos that we watch. There's so many people out there, like we have John on here, and we've seen some of his videos, and
And then she whenever we show her one of our videos, she always has the same answer every
you
time.
guys are so cute.
well, you
But
are.
there's it's kind of taken over like the last 6 months or so, watching everybody's video. It's
Oh man, there's so many people. I mean, pre-records and live streams. It's impossible. I mean,
Mom texts like 60 people a day. don't know how
I
she
do.
does
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And I started to send you guys memes every day, but then I thought, well, gosh, maybe that's weird because you don't know me that well.
Right?
So, I mean, I send it out to probably 50, 60 people a day.
So cool.
It is time consuming, man. It really
You spend like an
is.
hour
Yeah.
doing it every morning.
Yeah,
yes.
I do. Yeah.
I'm the
Um,
type of person where if somebody's good to me, I always go back. At least if I don't hear from them, at least once a week, I'll shoot them a text, just to ask how they're doing, kind of thing, and just make sure everything's all right. I always kind of, stay close and kind of keep a good bond with everybody that's friends with me. So,
That's good.
We do the same thing. And as a matter of fact, I just want to really fast. Jeffrey Henson, Comic-Con, he has been MIA for over a week, and a lot of the comic community has been trying to get a hold of him. So during this stream, or if you guys are watching this on replay, if you are in
Guys
touch
know
with Jeffrey,
How to get a hold of him.
please
Yeah.
let me know, because he has been missing and we're all very concerned about him. So a little public announcement there. Sorry, guys. But
No.
Oh, that's fine.
we all try to just watch out for each other. And he told me he was camping on last Thursday, and no one has heard from him since. And we're all really deeply and genuinely concerned for him. So if anybody hears from him, let me know.
Please. Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, I heard a funny story where we were listening to Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen, and they were talking about Jared Leto, how he was on some kind of meditation retreat, and he comes out and all this stuff is going on, and he went back into his retreat.
What?
He was out on his meditation.
Oh.
He had no cell phone, no news of what
so
was
he had no
going on.
idea.
He came out to see all the craziness,
Oh,
and he went back into his
well,
little.
that's a good plan.
Yeah.
Hopefully he bought some toilet paper first.
Oh my gosh. So Ben and Will, how do you guys feel about the prospect of being homeschooled for a while?
Oh, I'm fine with it. Like, I can do all my work at home, and then I can read more comics. And I was watching like a huge
I
live
think he's in
stream
the
with
chat right now.
Rob Wurst on Jig's Kingdom, and he was using that app. So then we got it, and then like all I've been doing was just like cataloging our comics.
I
So
think he did close to 1,000 books today.
yeah.
Holy wow.
Wow.
All I think of is no school. If I just hear, I'm like, okay.
You still
relax,
have to
guys.
do
Yeah, you
work.
just gotta do work.
I know, but like, still.
Yeah, but it's tough to have like drama and acting classes with virtual school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna try. it
I'm
out
more
this week.
nervous about the homeschooling than because I've never I've never been a proponent of that. I like to send them to school.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Chris, it's like socialization is so important.
It is,
Right,
and
yeah.
I can't do math. Period.
Oh God. me either. Oh, you really are my sister. I'm telling you that. Oh my gosh. It's just, socialization and getting out of the house and maybe being influenced by somebody other than just me all the time is probably not a bad idea.
It is so important. I remember when Will was in, I don't know what, 4th grade. Well, he just starting out at school. Well, Sean said to me, "You should help Will with math homework because then maybe you'll, relearn yourself." And I could do 1st grade math, maybe 2nd, but once it started to get to 3rd or 4th grade, I remember it one night, and I was sitting there and I was talking to him about his homework, and then finally Sean goes, "All right, Chris, just stop. You're making it so much worse." And then Sean took over helping with math because I can't.
Men are amazing with math. I don't
know about that.
think it's so much more logical than ours. I don't know. Yeah.
I passed my math classes fairly well, but
You
if
did good. You got all the way up to what? Like,
I did I did algebra.
no, you did calc, right?
I did pre-calc.
Pre-calc?
or I started pre-calc.
Yeah. Well, see, I did algebra 1A in my whole freshman year. Then I did algebra 1B in my sophomore year. So I did algebra 1 in 2 years. I had to do geometry, and then I did algebra 2 as a senior.
But
But 8th grade on, I had to stay after school every single day
Oh no.
Oh,
for math, so that the
But-
teacher knew that I was actually trying.
Uh.
And that's how I passed
Uh,
because
yeah. I took 1 week of pre-calc and I was like, nope, I have all my math credits. I'm not
Yeah.
doing this anymore.
No.
And
She-
now if I were to ask to help with his math homework, I'm like, oh God, I don't remember any of this.
she has her master's and close to getting her doctorates.
No,
And
not.
yes,
Hey.
you
That is
just don't
not
want to go
happening.
back.
I'm not going back to school. That is done.
But it's one of those things that you don't use your math. And it's
I
just, yeah.
personally don't. I have a
Right.
calculator if I have to do math.
Yeah.
But I'm a language person. That's
Right.
where my brain
Yeah.
is good at.
Same. Same.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well, guys, it has been an honor.
Thank you so much for joining us. We
Oh,
just
thank
a little
you.
over.
30
We thought
minutes
maybe
go
we
so
would.
fast.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
It's absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
Being
it's
able to
very
get on
fun.
here and talk
Yeah.
as a family and just
Yeah.
share everything that is cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any final thoughts? Ben, Will, do you have anything you want to plug? Anything coming up? Any advertisements you want to kick out?
So tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time, it's the 4th episode of the Sunday Sit Down. We got 2 bros on there. It's my 4th interview. Wednesday we're gonna go live and show our new books that we got.
If we have new books.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
we have some videos
Well,
coming up this week.
yeah.
You've got
Review videos. We got books that were our 2020 list.
and next week you have Bueller as your interview.
Yep.
And then
Cool.
Very nice.
Very cool.
On Tuesday, on I think like Monday or Tuesday, we're gonna do our our Monday video.
where
So-
you reading Itty Bitty Hellboy right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, love Hellboy. That's
I
awesome.
remember the original movie.
That's so cool. Awesome.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to everyone who showed up. I saw John's Comments with Kids. I see Genome. I see Comics on the Mind, Comic Books NYC.
Drew,
I
Covey,
see
Kirk,
Rob.
Russ,
Thank you all so much for
Rob,
joining
you
us.
guys are
and thank you guys
amazing.
for hopping
JP.
on. You guys are so much fun.
Always supporting. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having us.
Yes.
It was our honor and pleasure. Very much so.
And with that, we will see you all
Later.